Bub Nation, what is going on, everybody? Hope you had an absolutely wonderful Thanksgiving holiday yesterday. I know I did. I definitely did. It was a long one. It was a busy one. It was a great one. And I mean, what better way to cap off Thanksgiving than with not one commit, not two, not three like many of us were expecting, but we got four. We got four commitments yesterday. So I'm going to get into that, guys. Going to dive into it. Who are these guys? Why I think that this is going to be a class, a recruiting class that wins a national championship for the Colorado Buffaloes. I'm going to get to that here in just a minute. Of course, I do want to say hello to everybody in the chat. Y'all be sure to smash that like, subscribe, join the chat, whether it's live or on the replay. I always appreciate seeing what you guys think about all this, man. This is awesome. Oh, Nubian. Yeah, that's right. The portal hasn't even opened yet. Kodiak, you're going to see us collaborate, I think, on Sunday here. This is incredible. And just want to give a shout out to Shannon, Sharpe, one of the greatest ever, and Chad Ochocinco for having this on Nightcap following the football games last night. It was a really great show. It was awesome to see these different guys get on and to talk to the masses probably for the first time in their life. It was a lot of fun and commit. So, guys, who are these players? Who are these players? Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's start off with our top commit from this. Let's go to London Merritt. This is a edge from IMG. You know, we've talked about him quite a bit. Was committed to Ohio State, and I just love how on Nightcap last night he was just saying, "Man, this was a business decision." Absolutely, it was a business decision, and I think that not only is this going to be the right environment to develop him, working with Coach Dancy, Warren Sapp, Damian Lewis, Rob Livingston, but you also got the opportunity to play early. And that's, I think, what's very intriguing for some of these IMG players, as you've been able to see this with Jordan Seaton and Cash Cleveland this year. London Merritt came out and said, yeah, my goal next year is to be a freshman All-American. How about that? And we got BJ Green going off to the NFL draft. We'll see if we get Deion Hayes back for next year or not. But London Merritt's a guy that could definitely have a role, and I would expect him, honestly, to have a role in his true freshman year. 93 rated guy in the composite, again, was wanted by all the Blue Bloods. And the fact that he's choosing Colorado and doing it in the way that he's doing it, it's surreal. It's insane. Credit to Coach Prime. He just moves at a different way. And it's entertaining. It's entertaining. Last week we had Pat McAfee. This week we had Nightcap. It's really great. Now, this player here, I'm really excited for. And guys, I'm going to be doing some individual videos on these guys, more so showing their tape if you haven't seen it. But Quentin Gibson, man, I love this guy. He's hilarious, man. Him going back and forth with Chad Johnson. Really love that. Or Chad Ochocinco. By the way, an underrated part of the news yesterday is that Chad Ochocinco is going to be a coaching intern here in Boulder this spring. You'll love to see it. And truly, there is nothing going on in college football like the Colorado Buffaloes. That's what makes it so unique. But Quentin Gibson, 5'8", 165, might be a guy in shorter stature, but y'all know that doesn't matter for wide receiver. No. Is anybody ever measuring Tyreek Hill? Say, Dave's big on height. Yeah, I am. For quarterback, for DB, for positions where it actually matters. Nah, this guy's got speed, and sometimes, honestly, when these receivers, they're kind of a little bit more of a smaller package, they're even that much tougher to bring down because they're so fast. Quentin Gibson, he's one of the guys up for National Player of the Year this year, which is insane. And he has over 30 touchdowns for North Crowley High School. You might say, well, what kind of competition is he playing? North Crowley High School, it's the top level. It's 6A, Texas high school football, out of Fort Worth, DFW area. He is absolutely crushing it. This is a player that I think he would fill that Jimmy Horn role and above. That's the kind of hype that's around this kid. I'm really excited to have him as a buff, and I think Julian Lewis, Coach Prime, they're going to love him, love his personality, and I love the way in which he plays on the field, like his style, man. He plays with a lot of swagger, a lot of speed. It's a very entertaining brand of football, obviously. Man, I'm thrilled to have Quentin Gibson here as a Colorado Buffalo. Now, Cash Cleveland, you got some competition right now. Competition for what? Not on the offensive line. I mean, I'm sure you will, but for my favorite white boy on the team. That's right. Now we got Alexander McPherson coming out from IMG, joining the rest of this class with the Colorado Buffaloes, our Buffs. It's amazing, and flipped from Oklahoma State this week. So how about that before the game kicks off here in 28 minutes? Alexander McPherson, 6'5.5", 240 pounds, compares his game to Max Crosby, which is what we've all been saying. I really do like his game. The flair that he plays with, he's tenacious. He has a big motor. And, man, I loved his interview on Nightcap, too. It was cracking me up, saying, hey, I'm a dog on the field. I'm cocky. I'm arrogant, all that stuff on the field. But then off the field, I'm just a chill dude, the chill guy meme, right? I love that he also said that, yeah, this was a business decision for him as well. I mean, why not go and be developed by the best? And he just kind of spoke towards that. He thinks that Colorado is going to develop him, put him in position to go pro. And right now, I totally agree with him. I might be a little biased, but it's true. It is totally true. Absolutely. I mean, right now, Oklahoma State's got like the worst defense in the Big 12 right now. So we know Alexander McPherson is going to get developed here at CU by the guys that I just mentioned a little earlier on. He's going to be an impact player, I think, for this Buffs team for years to come. And I just love these guys, specifically London Merritt, Alexander McPherson. They're at IMG. It's essentially like college already. So these guys are already training in that way. They understand the work that it takes, to be successful. And I think they're going to be perfect culture fits for what we're doing. So credit to everybody on the recruiting staff, and big time shout out to George Hegeman, former director of football over at IMG Academy. And I think that's been one of the reasons why you've seen this IMG pipeline begin to open. And then lastly, this was a nice little surprise here. We've been waiting on it. We've seen some crystal balls, but Carde Smith, 6'5", 293-pound offensive tackle, right tackle, came on as a bonus commit last night to our Buffs. Amazing. 92 rated guy there in the composite. And yeah, flipped from USC alongside Julian Lewis. This is a guy that could potentially be a day one starter for us at the tackle position. And this is huge. All four of these guys are impact players. Again, guys, I will get to showing some of their highlights. Maybe I can run through some of them as we go through this class. But I did just want to say, people want to say, Prime, high school commits, how could this ever happen? He's not hitting the road. He's just got his own strategy. He's got his own style. Stop getting your panties in a wad. We got 15 commits. I would imagine that pretty much all these guys sign on signing day next week. The only guy that I'm a little unsure about is Alex Graham. I know Michigan's making a really hard push for him, but I'm hoping that he signs. We'll have to see. But we got 15 players right now. We are now ranked 32 overall, which is hilarious because we've been teetering around 90, 80, 70 throughout most of the year. And, this is just a wonderful collection of future 3 stars. That's right. We know that all these guys' rankings are going to be dropped here now that they're about to be Buffs. We know how that normally goes, but this is the most elite group of 3-star prospects I've ever seen in my entire life. That's awesome. But a lot of day one impact guys. Julian Lewis, obviously, he is going to be fantastic. He's going to be putting himself in position to break all of Shador's records and the few that weren't broken. Here at Colorado right now, I would expect him to be our starter. We'll see who we get in the portal, though. It's been said that we have not promised him a starting position his true freshman year, but right now he's definitely the guy that I want behind center with the guys that are in the room. Chauncey Gooden, interior offensive lineman from Lipscomb Academy. He's been committed since the summer. Shout out to Coach Holt. Him and Carde Smith, I think, are future starters on this offensive line. London Merritt, of course, at edge. We already covered him. Adrian Wilson, Quanell Farrakhan Jr., as well as Quentin Gibson. That is a trio of big-time Texas wide receivers that could absolutely crush it the next year and years to come for the Buffs. You got Omari Miller. I think that's going to be his room next year in terms of who's going to be the alpha, but we got a ton of great receiving talent, and I imagine we get some more in the portal as well. Christian Hudson, defensive tackle from Florida, flipped from UCF after we destroyed them. That was beautiful to see. Mantrez Walker, 4-star linebacker before he committed to the Buffs, so now he's a 3-star. You know how that goes. But a linebacker that could see playing time next year with Nakai Hill-Green and Levante Bentley off to the NFL. Antonio Branch Jr., safety. Our safety room is going to have a little bit of a makeover as well. Aside from Carter Stoutmeyer and Savion Riley, maybe RJ, always jumping on loose balls, Johnson, he might play a little bit of safety, but Antonio Branch Jr. could get some playing time. Zane D'Souza, he could very well be our starting tight end. 6'6", 260. Doesn't get there till the summer, though. But number 3 prospect in the state of Colorado. Love to see one that we're bringing in guys from Texas, as I'm biased and I live in Texas right now, as well as Colorado, getting some Colorado guys. But Zane D'Souza, Corbin Lejour, another tight end there, coming over from Tennessee. That's great. And then Jay Gardenhire, offensive tackle from West Bloomfield, Michigan. Maybe we also see Nick Sillen, the junior college tackle that was offered this week, also commit. You can never have too many offensive linemen, and I love the fact that we target guys from high school, from JUCO, and in the transfer portal. I think that that's really great that we don't leave any stone unturned. And then lastly, I forgot to mention Alexander McPherson. I think he's the guy that's going to play a little bit more so inside rather than the edge, but a versatile defender nonetheless, and his wingspan is going to create a lot of issues for offensive linemen in the Big 12. And at the end of the day, guys, I see this class as being a class that is going to build upon the foundation that has been laid by Coach Prime, Shador, Travis Hunter, and these guys over the last 2 years. And this is the type of recruiting class that you get, that if they put it together, if they take this responsibility and expectation to heart, they're bringing the Buffs and Coach Prime a national championship. I firmly believe that. I totally believe that. And this is, and we're still not done yet. We're still not done yet. We still got some other guys. Can we flip Michael Carroll, number 1 guard in the country, committed to Alabama, out here? We'll have to see, but I imagine we're going to have another fun surprise day or two over this next week. And then, hey, the transfer portal is going to be lit. But guys, let's watch some Quentin Gibson highlights. How about that? I mean, seems like you guys want to watch him. I mean, this guy's a 5-star caliber player in my opinion, man. This guy can really this guy makes plays from all over the field. Again, 30 touchdowns in Texas 6A high school football. And they want to say he's a 3-star? Nah, man. Yeah, how about Nathaniel Owusu Boateng, another linebacker coming out here? I think that would be great. Yeah, we still got plenty of guys. Yeah, Kodiak saying, I have no idea how these 18-year-old offensive tackles are like 6'8", 350. That's absurd to me. I know, like Jay Gardenhire, it's absolutely mind-blowing. TK is saying he's feeling better about Alex Graham, so that's awesome to see. I would still love to have him here, no doubt about it. Hey, Keck, how's it going, man? How about those Arizona State Sun Devils, man? Hey, if the Buffs can't win the Big 12, the Sun Devils got to do it, man. They got to do it. But anyways, he says, I was checking on your class last night. Looks like you have some nice young players. Looking forward to watching the game today. Good look, but I don't think you'll need it. Yeah, yeah. Thanks, man. Hey, hashtag forks up, SCO buffs. Good luck to the Sun Devils this week. But hey, we need the Arizona Wildcats to win. It is nothing personal, Keck, but I need the Arizona Sun Devils to drop one, man. We need to find our way in that Big 12 title game. And I think that this is what's great too, is that, obviously Nightcap has a huge following, over a million, 1.4 million followers. So the fact that they would even lead with this, while their main viewership is waiting to hear them talk about the NFL games, it's really kind on their part, and it helps continue to grow the interest and fanhood of the Colorado Buffaloes, which I think is really, really cool, man. Exactly, Jason. A 4-star going to Colorado means he'd be a 5-star if he were going to Georgia or Alabama. Yeah, we don't pay these recruiting sites any money, so they punish us with, making our players rated worse. You know how it is, man. You guys know how it is, which I think is funny. So maybe we might see this be the most elite group of 3-star players you've ever seen in your entire life, right? Yeah, Gibson compared to Western J5 on Twitter, no doubt about it. He likes his game to Tyreek Hill, and as you can see, I mean, he's got serious speed, and he's doing it at the highest level of Texas high school football. And he's a weapon that I could, much like Draylon Miller was a guy that was just seen as a guy that could play early. This is a guy I think that can play early. He's a little small, but who cares, man? He kind of reminds you a little bit of like Emmanuel Sanders. Wasn't the tallest guy, a little lanky, but tough as nails, and just fast. Can make the big plays. Can get downfield, as you can see, getting past those DBs there deep. I mean, really intriguing player. And it's been a while since we looked at Carde Smith, so let's throw on his highlights. 24/7 has talked about him as a guy that might need a little bit more of development before he's ready to play. But other recruiting sites seem to think that he's more of a guy that could start day one, on his or during his true freshman year. And I love the physicality and the aggressiveness he plays with right there. I mean, just threw that guy out the club. That's what you like to see. Number 55. Let's go. Oh yeah. Yeah, let's get this guy pulling, running downhill a little bit, right? And right now, hey, we'll see what goes on in this game because, guys, Philip Houston is out. I believe he tore his ACL. At least that was the word. I don't know if that's been confirmed or not. But we got a big hole at right tackle, especially next year. Who knows where we go with that position? And so somebody like Carde Smith might have the upper hand, as I assume he's going to be here in January. So it could be kind of a Jordan Seaton type of thing. Again, we'll see who we target in the transfer portal this year. But like right now, it feels great, at least long term, to know that we got a guy that's played right tackle and that can legitimately be somebody, develop into somebody that can be, the Jordan Seaton of the right tackle position. Just somebody that can be dependable out there. And that's what we need. I mean, man, he's just bullying these kids. I love it. All right, let's see what else you guys got. Black Watch. Damn, I'm sad, honestly. This might be the last time we see Shador throw Travis a ball for years to come, unless they end up on the same team down the line. We see Shador, yeah, throw a pick to him, maybe on the first drive, right? But yeah, this is their last game at Folsom. So guys, cherish it. It's surreal that we've already hit this moment. I still feel like it just feels like just a few months ago, honestly, that Coach Prime was announcing he was coming here. And man, you don't want to see it end, but good things never last, right? They never last forever. All things come to an end. And thankfully, though, Black Watch, we're going to get them in the bowl game. So we at least have this game and one more. If we get that buff luck that we need to make the Big 12 title game, we might get as many as, 3 to 4 more games. That could be really nice, right? But at the very least, we're going to have them in the bowl game. And there's some records. Yes, take care of business. Buffs win no matter what. But I want them to set some records. Right now, Travis is 2 touchdown catches away from breaking the single season record for the Buffs for touchdown receptions, as well as there is one single game record that Shedeur does not have, and that is total touchdowns. The record is 7. So if he were to reach 8 today, he would set the single game record. I love our running backs. Shout out to our running backs. But hey, today's not about you, man. That's how I feel about it. Go and set some records. Go and continue to boost that Heisman profile for Travis Hunter. I mean, I think he's got it on lock, but you never know with some of these goofy people that want to give it to a guy that's playing G5 football. I mean, you just never know. We'll have to see. You guys want Winston Watkins? I feel like Quentin Gibson kind of took his type of spot, but hey, we'll have to see. I know Buff Nation is very divided on that. I mean, he decommitted from us at our lowest, man. Where is loyalty? Is loyalty dead in today's day and age? Is that just it, man? But yeah, I like Winston Watkins, man. I like him, man. Oh, this is not Quentin Gibson's recent tape. Oh yeah, those is 2023 highlights. Let me pull up his most recent ones. How about that? And we can watch those. How about right here? Thank you for the heads up. Is that him? I think so. I think this is him. Yeah. Yeah, number 6. There he is right there in the flat. And man, this looks like a video game with what? Oh, it looks just like a video game, y'all. That was insane. And then you can see, man, you just get deep over the top of those 2 deep safeties, cover corners, doesn't matter. Oh yeah, you're gonna give them one-on-one coverage. Oh my gosh, a Superman extension, guys. This is against DeSoto, Von Miller's high school, Laviska Chenault's high school. This dude's tearing him up. I think DeSoto is ranked the number 1 team in the state during this game, and Crowley was number 5. And yeah, Quentin Gibson obliterated the DeSoto Eagles on the road to get this game. I think they put up like 57 points. It was a shootout, but they couldn't stop Quentin Gibson. No. And then look, you can just take it to the house from a little screenplay just easily. Yeah. Not only does he have serious speed, but that sort of vision to see those things kind of line up before they even happen. That is just real impressive. And all he needs is just a little bit of space. If you give him an inch, man, he'll make you pay. Wow. Hey, John Teal, appreciate it for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. He says, "Go and get Watson. If we're gonna make a loyalty argument, then we wouldn't have Juju because he left USC on the wedding day. Take emotion out." I appreciate that. I'm gonna disagree with you a little bit because I think that we don't get upset seeing other schools or other players decommit and then commit to us, obviously, right? But I think that the way that I read it is very rarely when a player decommits from us, that we're still like making an effort to say, no, 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 please reconsider. I think if Juju had decommitted from us, you would have seen us move on, just like Antoine Hill. Once he decommitted from us, we moved on in a different direction, right? That's kind of how I see it. So Winston Watkins, again, like he was committed. He was saying, I'm just committed to Coach Prime. And then he decommits saying, well, yeah, I don't trust the Coach Prime at his word. That's essentially what he was saying. I could see why that would piss off some people in the program. And they have drawn a hard line over if you decommit from Colorado, we're going to move on and find somebody else. I think we're totally okay if their recruitment is open and they're taking visits. Totally. Like you don't see us moving on from Alex Graham, right now, anything like that, just because he's taking visits. Taking visits versus decommitting is a little bit different, I think, to this program. But Winston Watkins, nonetheless, he's a big-time talent. He would be phenomenal here in the black and gold. But I know that, hey, there are some people that did not like what he said on his way from decommitting from Colorado. And, I understand it. But to me, I just want the best players possible. So I'm open to that. I'm open to Bear Alexander coming back. Well, not coming back, but coming to us in the transfer portal this year, even though he dodged us last year for USC. I've warmed up to that. You guys have kind of convinced me on that front. So we'll just have to see. But appreciate the $5, John. Hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving as well. Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. But see, yeah, I feel like most of Buff Nation doesn't want him here. But, it's hard to argue with Quentin Gibson. Let's be happy for what we got, right? Oh, man, I was there too, Kodiak. Yeah, the throwback game where LaVisca had 4 touchdowns against Arizona State. Yeah, that was incredible. One of my favorite Buffs of all time, no doubt about it. Gennaro, hope you're doing well. Let's see, like and subscribe. Who needs ESPN or the On Haters? Yeah, on D's Nuts. When we have David Talks Buffs, appreciate it as always. Thank you. Now, I will say, I know you're going to bring it up, Gennaro. I know you're going to bring it up. Cormani needs to stay at the Florida Gators, man. He's got something good going on. Sometimes people are just better off in their new situations. Big Mike Watkins can go play in the highway. Man, you guys are brutal. You guys are brutal. Oh, man. Oh, man. Adrian Hall saying, I'm a moderator for the Coach Deion Sanders Nation Facebook group. I was up past my bedtime posting all those commitments. Man, you were hard at work. I just wanted a day off yesterday, to be honest, man. I just, I love doing this, but I was like, Thanksgiving, got a lot going on. The turkey's hitting. I was just a little too tired to stay up late. So I was like, you know what? I'll go ahead and do a little video this morning. That will help pass the time before we get the Buffs game here this morning. So really appreciate every single one of y'all tuning in. Really does mean a lot. Be sure to smash that like, subscribe on the way out. I'm going to be back right after the game. You'll see a live kind of populate here in a little bit for the post-game show with Carter Dillon. So come back hopefully after a really nice Buffs win. If Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders can break some records along the way, we'll definitely talk about that. But nonetheless, appreciate you guys. Enjoy this game. Football is supposed to be fun. And I think we're going to get some of that today, guys. So thanks again so much. I'll see you guys here in a few hours. Go Buffs.